What's up, everybody? Coach Joe here from BFP. I got a question recently from one of my clients in the BFP family who asked about the difference or wanted more understanding on net carbs versus gross carbs or total carbs. So she's one of our members who's been with us for a long time, so she's working into some more detailed nutritional coaching that we're going through with her. And so she's counting her calories and her carbohydrates, proteins, fats, all that good stuff. So the difference between net carbs and total carbs is pretty much the same thing as discussing the difference between net revenue or net profit and gross profit or gross revenue. If we're talking about total carbs, that would be the total number of grams of carbs that you are bringing in within a given meal or snack or whatever it is you might be eating. Net carbs is going to be that total amount minus the amount of fiber that is contained within those carbohydrates. So generally fiber is a type of carbohydrate. However, most fibers that we have reported us on nutritional labels aren't really digested by our bodies. So with that being said, you can take your total amount of carbohydrates, look how many grams of fiber there are, minus those grams from the total grams of carbohydrates, and that will give you your net carbs. So for example, let's say I'm eating an apple, and I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but let's say this apple is a total of 30 grams of carbohydrates, but because of the peeling and such, it has 10 grams of fiber in it. So that would mean I take 30 grams of carbs minus 10 grams of fiber, or really carbs, or minus 10 grams of fiber, and that gives me 20 net carbohydrates for that apple. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And the reason I mention an apple is because it gives us a comparison of a whole food type product or a naturally occurring food type product. When we eat certain processed grains or processed carbohydrates, or we drink things like fruit juice, oftentimes the fiber is processed, or it's taken out of the equation from the process that it took to get it from fruit into fruit juice, or from whole grain into goldfish snacks, whatever it might be. So you're going to be taking in the entire amount of carbohydrates that are within those processed carbs. Whereas when we eat things like fruit, because of the fiber that's in the peeling and the pulp and stuff like that, we're not going to take in as many carbohydrates, even as is advertised as total carbs on that fruit, because you can minus out the fiber. Not to mention, fiber has numerous other benefits that leads to improved health, decreased risk for several different diseases, and of course, helps keep you regular. So hopefully you learned a little bit today, the difference between net carbs and total carbs. If you got any questions, toss them in the comments below. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Later.